Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Deep the rabbit hole goes. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Hello.
What's going on, chat? We see you. What's going on?
What up? Oh, I see so many friends in the chat. We got J Mac. I saw Mac in here earlier. Future DJ Travis, that's you.
Yeah, I'm here. DJ Straight X, what's going on?
Hey.
Got a treat for you guys tonight. We're changing things up. We are talking all about Instagram. We came across a very cool dude who is doing some really amazing things on Instagram. He has gone from 798 followers in April of this year to 11,200 as of today. And yeah, he's got a really cool system. Me and Travis got a little behind the scenes action on one of our AI accelerator trainings that we did.
Yeah.
And Nick,
Nice.
who's about to come on here and blow your minds, was willing to just share it with the world and show that if he can do it, you guys can do it. So
Absolutely.
I love Nick's story too, because it's fresh. You know, he's doing it in real time. It's like you can go back in his Instagram history and see the come up, the glow up. And so we're excited about that. He'll be on here shortly. But you guys excited to learn more about this kind of stuff?
Man, I'm so pumped. I mean, Nick is just one of these guys that, like, he was at Hacker Hotel, right? So met him at Hacker Hotel. Immediately there was just like this energy, and he was like almost too excited. You know, I was like, man, I'm not sure. This guy has, you know, he seems like he's everywhere, but then like just kind of immediately just has that personality that sucks you in.
Yeah.
And so when I saw kind of what he was doing on Instagram and seeing how he was building his brand and just the stuff he was putting together, I think it would have been cool had I not met him, but having met him and like getting to know him at like Hacker Hotel and stuff, like I was just like, man, this is cool stuff. Like it's been awesome. I'm super excited to see like his growth and everything too. It's just
absolutely.
I'm pumped.
Well, without further ado, let's bring the man on because I want to give him lots of screen time. Here we go. Nick Nystrom. Here he is. Everybody, one's in the chat for Nick Nystrom. Oh,
there it is. Over here sobbing from the introduction, you guys.
Nick was one of those guys that we met at Hacker Hotel that I was like, man, why have I not met this guy in person before? I instantly vibe with this guy. His energy is through the roof, just like mine. I love it. Let's go. We're going to have a good time with this guy. And he did not disappoint.
A lot of people in the chat repping Iowa too. I see that. A lot of people repping Iowa in the chat. They're here for you,
Iowanians. Yeah.
Right. I told the Iowa DJ community to come out, and they show up and show out. That's what we do in Iowa. So
And that's really one of the greatest parts of the story, man. Like when I'm telling people about you, and I've talked to some people even over the last few days that had questions about Instagram and stuff. I said, you got to tune into this live stream because this dude, he's in, relatively small market. It's not like you got to be one of the big New York, New Jersey, Miami DJs. This guy came from Iowa. And in 6 months, just look, and you're not deleting the old stuff either. In 6 months, you can see what he's done from a smaller market than what people would have assumed. So it's just a great story, brother.
We still have dirt dance floors in Iowa. Imagine.
Really?
Damn. No, I'm kidding.
Oh God, I was gonna say, what the hell?
We got to get you to Iowa, Dom. We need to get you to Iowa, bro.
Oh, sorry, I misheard. I thought you said you had dance floors that were dirt dance floors.
Oh, it's Iowa, it's just like Compton.
Hey, man, we got that in Georgia. I don't judge.
That's right.
So Nick, let's get into this. Tell us what exactly is Instagram, and no, I'm just kidding. Tell us.
I know, Dom. I got this. This is so a long time ago, right? A few years ago, I bought my kids these tablets, and I put my mom and my wife's mom on their like speed dial so they can call them, and I called it Instagram. That's really where this all started.
Instagram, got it.
Instagram. Yes.
Call you grandma. No, I guess let's go back to March, earlier this year. What the hell is going on in Nick Nystrom's mind? Where does the big idea come? Because I remember you saying, like, once you started posting one reel a day, that's when, success started to happen to you. But what was going on with you? Were you like, God, I know I can do, so much more. I'm sick of doing the same kind of events over and over. I want to tell people more about myself. What's happening upstairs mentally? And where did you make this decision to go like all out on Instagram? And then also, how has that transformed your business?
Sure. Great questions. I don't think I've actually sat down and thought about that, but I know the answer to that. It was roughly around Christmas time, to be honest with you.
Okay.
And I was seeing a lot of like other DJs that were out, Nick Spinelli, and you're Justin the DJs. You got all the DJs on the Instagram feeds, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool, right? I've been creating content for a long time on doing a band and just whatever. I just love content. And I thought, I could probably post once a day. I was like, that seems reasonable, like to me. It doesn't seem like a huge lift. But I did a little bit differently in terms of the content requirement. It was a reel a day, right? So that rose the stakes a little bit for me because it could be like long form, it could be clipped up short form. I really didn't know what I was going to do. I just said December, reel a day for the year of 2025. Committed to it, right?
So like a New Year's resolution.
It was. Yep. And I started like January 1st posting reels. And I will say it took about till March. So a couple months of just a post a day. Maybe 100 views was awesome. Maybe 200 was great. And then I started seeing those reels where it's like stuck in 300 view jail. Click here, and I'm like, no, I don't need that. I'm going to keep doing my thing. Keep my head down and just do the consistent thing. Because you asked me a question, why? It was building the brand, man. I just think as DJs, whether you're a solo op or a multi-op, how cool is it that you're a DJ? Like, we have one of the greatest jobs in the world. Like, if you think about it, if you talk to people, they're like, you're a DJ, you get to play music, and like people pay you for that. That to me is so exciting. And I was like, if people ask me about my brand, what would they say, right? What is the vibe? What price point is he at? What kind of speakers does he show up with? Does he know what type of gear to use? Does he mix, right? Those first 3 months, if you look back, all the videos I posted were mix videos of me mixing, transitions, because I thought, well, people need to see me as a DJ. I know how to DJ, so I'm going to prove it, right? I'm out here showing you how I can really mix in real time in live events. And then I think it was Midwest DJs Live. I had a chance to talk with, some of the people on the cutting edge, Eric Rhodes, Jack Christian. I got the chance to like actually talk with them. What are you doing? Like, just, what's your mindset? Similar to how you asked me. And for them, it was, building the brand. Number one is super important, staying focused on that. But they asked me, why is all your content for other DJs? And I said, well, I don't know, because I'm trying to fit in. Right? I want people to know I can mix. It's that self-doubt thing, right? That we all go through as DJs all the time.
Yeah.
And
proving ourselves. Yeah.
Those are they hiring you? Are those your clients? And I said, no. He said, then why are you spending all this time creating content for them? And I said, I see what you're saying. I need to create something that resonates with my 20 to 30-year-old brides, my wedding planners, my corporate event bookers, all of that criteria. So I sat down to find my clientele list in ChatGPT, honestly. And part of that journey was just really getting my demographic of who I wanted to speak to. And then I started trying to create content for them. And it's been a challenge and a journey, man. I'm telling you, like, what you think works sometimes doesn't. What you don't think works like crazy sometimes. And really, I think a lot of it's came down just to being consistent, right? I haven't missed a day. I just kept pushing out day after day. And over time, the views started gaining. And I can show you this this is very, reason I show this particular stat is, if I go over here to my Instagram, if you want to show my screen share really quick, if I flip over to content for like the last 6 months of content, if this loads, I've been having trouble with the Instagram loading stuff here. It did load. You can see here, this is my biggest video in the last 6 months at 1.7 mil, right? But you can see a lot of them behind are stacking up really high now because of all the followers I've gotten. All the other views start to get more and more views stacked up. So, I mean, we're going down 6 months, but I mean, we're well into like 15 to 20 reels and we're still in the 20,000 view section, right? The reason I show this is because if I go here to, where's that, views, content, there's one here that shows follows. This is very telling. If this loads, one reel, which is that first reel, the 1.7 million view reel, has gained me 6,400 of my followers organically. Put that in perspective. One video that was posted in June, 6,400. And you can see, what are these other reels doing for me for follows? Not a lot.
Almost nothing.
Look, almost nothing. This was shocking to me because I was like, I have a ton of video views. Like this, a lot of these videos in this top area have 30 to 40,000 views, but I'm only getting 35 follows, 36 follows, right? It's wild to me that this single video here and this video here have literally garnered almost all my views in that amount of time.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's I do want to highlight this this comment here from what is it? Nidal Juice. I'm sorry if I screwed that up. But saying 1.7 million views, but 100 comments. Yeah, that's the reality, man. Like that is, it is.
Wait, how does he know there's 100 comments on this?
Pretty sure he's looking at the video.
He might have. Whereas like some of these other ones, this one has 370 comments.
Yep.
Well, comments is only one part of it. It's also the shares, it's the saves, it's the followers, right? If people are following your content or your videos.
And I'm really glad you mentioned that follower, because that was exactly what I was actually about to respond to him right before you said that, because it was I was like, yeah, but how many followers did you get? How many interactions are there? Like there's so much.
Well, look at the shares, right? 1398.
Yep,
that's amazing.
There you go.
Saves almost 6,000. Holy crap!
And those are all future brides, in my opinion. Personally, I think
right. That's got to be right, which is great. That's what you want. Yeah.
And this video alone has brought, I think I counted roughly over 60 inquiries since June, 60, through Instagram, asking me, "Hey, we saw your video on Instagram. This video they reference. We would love to find a DJ that can create moments like this. Do you travel? What's your pricing like?" Right. And that was overwhelming for me because I am a solo op that gets, an inquiry a month or an inquiry every other week, to get like 10 a day or 20 a week sometimes. Right. Super overwhelming. And thankfully I was in Dom's AI accelerator for weddings course with him and Travis, and Dom helped me put some friction in my, my lead process, my lead generation. My contact form on my website was just very open-ended and just name and information. We put some protocols in there, like, trying to gate them on pricing and just try to like align them to me as a DJ and my pricing structure. And so that's been super helpful for me to kind of like manage the leads that come through, to understand, is this someone I want to work with? Because before it was like, I want to work with you. Right. And now it's like, give me your information and let me decide if I want to work with you, which is a completely different way of thinking about things. And for me, I'm still trying to get used to that because I'm a yes man. I love doing gigs, and that's why I've gotten a lot of success and referrals, is because I do a lot of gigs. I'm always out doing shows because it's fun, and that's why I DJ, right? But it can be challenging to balance that.
No, that's
the new popularity.
Yes.
And I will say something really cool. I know we talked a lot about ChatGPT, just overall. How I'm leveraging that against those leads is also super important to you. I wanted to show the community this too. I actually got a lead in today at 4 o'clock.
Hang on, we got to pause this because apparently there might be a poltergeist behind your door. Someone just pointed out there. So it's there's that light pouring in.
Oh, poltergeist. Oh, I see.
I see there's like the light coming around before. No, that's great. But
very Stranger Things.
All right. You want to share your screen again, Nick? Is that what?
Yeah. Yep. Pull up if you don't mind. So this was an email I got at 4 o'clock today. I want to show you just how I'm processing the leads in the most efficient way that you can do. I think personally as a solo up. 4 o'clock today, got this lead. I usually respond right away. Didn't have a chance to. What I do is I copy this in. I'm going over to ChatGPT, and thanks to Dom and his Wedding Accelerator AI course, I was able to understand how to train my ChatGPT so it knows everything about me, my DJ business. It helps me with inquiries and all that. So if I go in here to my client inquiry direction thread, and I post this in here and just say need response, assuming ChatGPT is fired up. Sometimes it takes a little time to kind of process, I've noticed recently.
It thinks longer now.
Yeah.
Okay. It will kick out a very nice response to Lindsay about her reaching out. Her price, if you see her price range, is under the 4K budget. So I typically don't work with clients that start under 4K. I'm not trying to say that as like a brag. I'm just saying like that's where I'm at. And to get 60 inquiries in the last 2 months, it's impossible to respond to everybody like in a way that like saves me time. I just don't have the time to do that, especially if they're not going to meet my price point. So for this particularly, this is like to be upfront. My full wedding packages start typically range from here to here. Since it's under that, let me know. You can see a shout out to my boys and ladies in the Iowa DJ Society. There's 115 of us in that group on Facebook.
Wow.
I usually bring that to them and say, hey guys, I got an inquiry here, budget's under whatever. And I always ask them if she's interested in me like connecting them with someone. And if the answer is yes, then I just put it out to the homies and say, hey, is anybody interested? Let me know. I'll connect you with Lindsay. So for me, sometimes they'll come back and say, oh, actually we can talk. And sometimes they can't. Excuse me, I'm taking a drink.
They'll find that 500 somewhere because they want you.
Yeah. Now,
go ahead.
And I get no, that's awesome that you have that group around you. I think that's something that I definitely was for many years looking for someone, right, to be able to throw things to or take things from. But that's like I'm hearing about like the group that you guys have there and just kind of the ability to like, hey, I'm not available. Are you guys available? This is what they're looking for. Like that's awesome. And that's something that I think a lot of people take for granted, like they're just like, I don't know, I can do this on my own, but you don't realize until like there's people that come to me and they'll say, and I'll be upfront with them. It's like, hey, I'm not doing that many gigs anymore. Or I'm not able to do that, or I can't do that. And they'll ask me, well, do you have any recommendations? And unfortunately in my market, I'm like, I don't know a lot of guys who do it anymore because most of the guys I know don't do it anymore.
So that's cool. Yeah. Shout out to the Iowa community.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
Nick, I know, did we want to go into some shooting content, tips, or do we want to go Sora right now? Do we want to go with this next?
I want to start. So we kind of know who Nick is now, right? And what he's done. And I want to get into the how. So like, talk us through your process as far as how you go about, creating those reels, what you're using, the tools that you're using, and the process that you're taking, from the birth in your mind to getting it on screen.
Now, absolutely. Before we do that real quick, because you said something earlier, and I want to make sure that before we get into actually making the content, because being a content creator myself, that I think I'm going on 2, maybe 3 years of posting a reel a day, right? And when you said that, immediately I know, and I'm looking at the chat, I'm looking at the viewers that we have, right? And I didn't see as many people say that I expected, but I remember hearing a reel a day and being like, I'll run out of ideas after like 2, like that. And so I think I want to make sure that as you talk about your process, make sure you're I really want to hear how you keep content fresh, and maybe like what wells are you going back to? How do you come up with things per day? How are you scheduling them as well? Like I would love to hear more of that, because I think a reel a day freaks people out.
I don't disagree. And when you say reel 2, that could be you going on just a quick video for 10 seconds or 12 seconds that can count, right? Or you can spend more time to edit and piece stuff together. Absolutely, I can dive into that. And I think for me, in terms of Instagram, some of those tips or whatever you want to call them, that I've kind of put together and thought through. I think for me, I think a lot of it is having some sort of hook in the first 3 seconds, right? That's either shock, humor, or some sort of like moment within the first 3 or 5 seconds. Because if you don't have that, people are going to skip. You know how it is when you watch your videos, right? If something's not happening pretty quickly, you're probably on to the next one. And having some sort of overlay with text on it that kind of calls out or baits them, not even baits them, but like kind of calls out the start of the story or what you want them to kind of understand from the video before they even watch 1 second of it, is super helpful too. If you look at some of the other content creators like Nate Acosta, for example, Nate does a really great job at like titling videos and putting some sort of hook on the video itself. So if you look through his reels, they probably look a little bit like mine, right? It's like you can kind of scroll through and see like just the tagline and understand from even having to click in what that video is maybe or maybe not about, but it at least gives you that interest. You talked about repurposing older content. If it's good, it doesn't expire. So I always say, if you are light on that stuff, absolutely go back and look at maybe an older video that maybe didn't do very well and think about how you can clip that up or just put a different title on it and create a different lens on that story, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
One of the other things that I really think that the algorithm helped me, I can't prove this. No one knows what it's doing, but it favors conversations. I know that much because when you're in the comments on other people's posts and like commenting something like, hey man, that looks like a fun party, or it doesn't have to be something elaborate. It maybe just needs to be a little bit more than like a heart or emoji, because I feel like that's a common, easy one to do, is like, boom, hit the like or hit the comment, hit the heart, and then you're done. But actually putting fingers to keyboard and creating some sort of engagement that maybe yields a response or ask a question to that content creator in their video. There's tons of DJs that I find on Instagram scrolling through that I'm like, these guys have great content. I found a couple recently that have been doing some of the thank you style organically created videos like that I do, where couples come up and thank you at the end of the night and you happen to catch it on camera. I've saw a couple of guys had awesome ones, and I'm like, yo, this is what I'm doing, right? So of course I'm commenting like, we love this. This is so awesome. And now we've exchanged some messages back and forth, and like just kind of picked each other's brains about what's working, right? So the algorithm rewards consistency in the comments. So think about that next time you see a post or you want to engage. Every time you're commenting, every time you're interacting with someone else's post, that boosts you in the algorithm. I also talk about mixing and showing your personality, showing your personality, mixing, right? Not just your decks. I mentioned I'm creating content earlier for other DJs. I kind of got away from that. I started using clips that I wasn't even DJing in, which seems super weird. I'm a DJ, right? And none of my clips really, I mean, lately they are. But for a while, it was just content. It was like after the fact or an interaction with a guest. That's what speaks to people. And I've really found out that this younger generation, this 20-somethings and maybe even a little bit younger that are going to be getting married in the next 5 to 10 years, they prioritize authenticity. And I know that like 10 years ago, people wanted the very, really, really high-end edits, very clean, consistent. That was what they were booking their weddings from. And I think this generation doesn't care as much about that. I think that they care about authenticity. I think they care about wanting to understand who you are and what, like, kind of what personality you're going to bring to your events and how maybe you interact with guests at their event, right? And that's why I try to show a lot of me, like talking with people at the end of the night or trying to get me doing introductions on the microphone for weddings, anything like that, because that helps people see how you actually perform in an event. That's been huge for me. I think a lot of times people will say, especially that reel that went really viral for me, that 1.7 million one. I've had a lot of people say like, where's the set list for this? Where's the video for this? Right. And I'm like, go to my YouTube. It's the first video. It's 90 minutes of dance floor action, the whole 90 minutes from this wedding. So like, you can go and see why that couple gave me that recommendation. You can see the songs I played, the mixes I did, how I interacted with the crowd, the song selections, how I took requests, all of it's out there. Right. And I just did the same thing with the wedding from last weekend, and I got 2.5 hours full. And I used my camera, and I can talk about what I use, what it looks like, and all the gear I used to do that. Super simple setup, very easy to do. And I had the whole 3-hour dance set. From that dance set, I did put on Instagram so I can send that to clients. Like, hey, take a look at this as much or as little as you want. Scroll through whatever you want. This is me. This is it. This is raw. This is it. Or if they want some more polished stuff, I can obviously point them in that direction, but that really helps them understand how to mix. And I always tell clients, like, you're hiring blind if you've never seen content or footage of your DJ you're hiring mixing at an event. I mean, sure, you can do that, but like, why would you not, right? As DJs, our storefront nowadays, like our building, our Morton building that we built, you know, with our name on it, it's our social media profiles. That's where our storefronts are at. So like, people are going to come to your storefront. What kind of experience do you want to give that person, right? You want them to understand what you're about pretty quickly and have some of those different options to kind of engage with you, if that makes sense. You have said so much in so little time. Like, and I hope I mean the chat's really latching onto this, and I can tell that they love it. I'm going to give you, I'm trying to give you a chance to take a drink there too, because I don't want your voice to burn out on me. But that last thing that you said, especially, that's something that I mean, I've taught businesses that, right? Where it's like, I've said, how many times do you go through the front door to your business, see what your customers see when they walk in the door? So you hitting on that, and everyone in the chat, if you've heard nothing, you like focus on that. What's your customer experience, right? What is your customer experience? What do you want them to see? And I mean, Nick has just said the personality thing, like that's huge, like showcasing your personality, the authenticity. I mean, I have had people book me because they saw a live stream and they're just like, oh, we loved that, we want you to do that. That's pretty rare. And really, those are like the last wedding I did that I jumped at. It was because they said, we just want you to come and do what you did on a live stream. Like, so it was, and I'm just like, okay, I think I'm going to like these people because they're not, they weren't asking for like all the typical wedding stuff. But hey, let's take a little break. Give Nick a little break from talking. Let's jump over.
Nick, get some water.
Yeah, let's jump over to the future DJ here. And so we're going to turn it over to Travis. If you want to jump over, I got an intro video for you somewhere I can find. Hey, there it Oh, yeah, the future DJ.
Thank you. If you're not already subscribed to the Future DJ, please do that at thefuturedj.com. It goes out every week on Tuesdays around 4 p.m.-ish. It's a quick read. We don't take up too much of your time. It'll take you about 10, 15 minutes to get through the whole newsletter. But we just talk about what's good in the world of AI, virtual reality, gaming, technology, social media, all kinds of fun things that's happening in the world. A little bit of DJ talk too whenever Serato's up to something silly, and we kind of squeeze that in. But it's just all about what's happening and how us as DJs need to pivot to keep up with the times and to use these things as a tool. So
yes, sir.
today
I was excited
to read through.
Yeah.
And I just want to highlight a couple of the things. So again, that's thefuturedj.com. Don't forget the. Some people just type in future DJ. It's the future DJ.
Yes.
Just make sure you put that in. But there's a few things on there. So if you bounce over there, you're going to say some Swift EDM talk, because we always got to talk about the Swift EDM, right? There's Pop-Up Facebookio. That's a great. These are my titles. This is why I don't get to write the titles for the future DJ, because it's there's Spotted
Like
GPT. We got that one. And then one that if you haven't checked it out yet, after we're done here, head over there, because the cheat codes of the Nystrom are there. So that's one you're not going to want to miss. There's a lot of stuff that you're getting the long form content here. You're also going to have the cheat codes there.
We've already taken notes for you. It's in there.
Yes, we have our notes. But the one I think that we really need to talk about is Sora 2.
Yes, Sora 2, Nick's new best friend. Yes, Sora 2, man, this is just amazing things it's able to do, and just another way, like Nick's been saying, of creating content, doing something different, using the technology, making fun of it, and just getting people's attention. So I want to let Nick, I hope you had your water, bro, because we're turning you right back on to talk about, what you've been up to with Sora 2 since it got released last week.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this was very timely. I hadn't read the Future DJ email till later tonight. So this afternoon I was on my lunch break, and I got an opportunity to play a big show next Friday night. I'm opening up for an artist, and I was like, man, I need to create some content to hype my show up for this show. And so I was like, I will use Sora to do that. So I created a 9-second hype video that I'm going to post next week in tribute to my show next Friday night. And I want to share it with you guys, because I literally did it in under 1 minute. It was a simple prompt, and I didn't do anything else other than it spit the video out, and I downloaded it to my device. So
I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it.
So do you want to share my screen? I can show it.
Yep. Yeah.
It's up.
Okay. So I want to start by saying this is the artist I'm opening for. I had never heard of him until they reached out. Their management reached out, said that they saw my stuff on Instagram and saw I was in Des Moines. We're looking for an opening DJ for Sasquatch. So evidently this guy, I looked him up. He's obviously pretty legit. He played Electric Forest this summer. He plays saxophone, dresses up as a Sasquatch, does EDM and dance tracks. He's on Spotify, actually really good. So I was like, how do I create promo and hype for this particular show? So this is the Sora video. It's 9 seconds. And the prompt I used was show me DJing with Sasquatch standing behind me, giving his approval, and me yelling, I'm opening for Sasquatch. That's all I put. Like, literally typed that in, went to lunch, came back, it was ready. So I'll play this.
I'm opening for Sasquatch.
That's it.
Love it, right?
That's great, man. And like you said, it takes no time at all. Just a minute and a half or something, and it's already got it done for you.
Exactly right.
It's nuts.
FYI, I might do a couple more variations. I feel like I can really play on that. Maybe have him like carry my gear in. That'd be kind of funny. Right. He could help me load in or something. I don't know. I gotta spitball some ideas, but very cool to use.
Yeah, lots of fun stuff. I saw a video earlier of Aaron Trailer. He was like doing a long jump over 1,000 controllers or something like that. So it was just nuts. And it is actually Aaron doing it. It's nuts the way it's just so right on point with what you're prompting it to do. And it just opens up a whole new avenue of, being able to have fun with the internet, have fun with social media and AI, and just, get some eyeballs on what you're doing. And that's great. I like to love that already.
It's free for now.
Free for now. That's right.
Free for
yes.
now.
Love that.
Yeah, and I think is it still invite only?
It is. I think it's still invite only.
I think if you already have ChatGPT, and I have a paid plan, and I think Nick, you have a paid plan as well. If you're already paying for ChatGPT, then you don't have to have an invite for it. So if you're not already on ChatGPT, then it's an invite only. Remember Clubhouse? That was invite only.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that vaguely. I don't think I ever got invited, but I remember it. Awesome. Well, hey, we Nick, thank you so much. I mean, we got plenty of questions stacking up as well. And anyone else who's in the chat, if you have questions for Nick,
Please.
Please keep asking them, get them in there. We're trying to grab those on the back and set aside some of the best ones. So if you don't see your question asked, it's not because we don't like you. It's just because it wasn't a good question. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
It's a great question. It's a great question.
We'll do some questions here. So Nick, let's get into, shooting content and your shooting tips, because I know you have some like cool suggestions on that. And I've been seeing different questions about that. What is your, method for, or your best setup camera wise? For getting content?
I can talk through that. Also talk about content, right? We talked about how are we going into mindset to get content, to make sure you have content at an event. So for me, I'm leveraging my Logitech Mevo camera, MEVO. That's what I rock at like pretty much any event I'm going to shoot and like have long content like the whole time. I use my Mevo. That I will put on an iFootage, is the brand iFootage stand. It's just a really flat, heavy base stand. Think kind of like a gravity stand, but like a circular, really thick, heavy base. And then the ability to telescope a lot higher than a typical mic stand, right? Because you want to be able, the shots I've been getting lately are from behind me. And I want to get the decks, and I want to get me, and I want to get my computer, and then I want to have the full dance floor. And that's what I've been doing for weddings. If it's another style of event, I obviously will change the positioning, but for weddings, that's what I'm doing right now. And I'll set that up, and I'll let that rip, right? As soon as dance floor happens, I hit record and let that thing go all the way till the end of the night. I'm also shooting with my X5 Insta360 cam, and I have that on the corner of my Bun Command Center. Just using their standard tripod mount, slides right in there nicely. Also gives me the ability to grab it and pull it out and extend it. If I see a fun moment or I want to give the 360 to a groom or a guest, I can do that and give that to them. Perfect, pulling it up on screen. And so I think you can even
make you guys this Logitech Mevo is on sale right now. It's a Prime Day, Prime deals, Prime whatever the hell sales going on right now. It is $100 off right now.
It's a great price.
So that's the Logitech Mevo, and then you said the Insta360 X5.
Yep. And the Logitech, you can actually stream to any of the platforms. So like Twitch, YouTube, all that. You can stream live from the camera wirelessly. You don't need any cords, any cables or anything. You just need a good internet connection, and you can stream right to Twitch from that. So, and it will record to the SD card in at the same time. So you have the streaming ability and the SD card afterwards, which is a double win.
Sweet. Yeah, there was a question about the battery holding up. How long have you had issues with the battery when you're filming, or?
I can get 4 hours on the Mevo, solid 4, sometimes a little more. There's been times where I make sure I'll plug it in, or I'll run like a little extended USB charger on the stand itself if I happen to get low. But I haven't had any issues with it running out. I definitely usually only start it when the dance portion starts, because in Iowa most dance sets are 3 to 4 hours, and so it definitely usually covers all of that. The Insta360, the first time I got it, I ran it like the whole time, and then I realized like I don't have time to go through all that footage and edit 190 gigs of 11K footage. So I've just been using that sporadically for intros. If the dance floor fills up and I know I'm going to hit them with 3 or 4 good dance songs, I'll turn it on. Sure, I miss some content here and there, but mostly I can grab what I need when I know, you do enough weddings, you kind of get the flow, when it's going to get busy based on the songs you're playing. So that's been really well for me. And then I also have the Meta Ray-Ban glasses, right? So I do switch it up a little bit and try to do some content from the Meta glasses. So that way I can show my hands and kind of have that hands-free look. 2 tips with that. You can't really sing along to any songs because the microphone picks up you singing. And if you're not a good singer like me, it sounds terrible on the videos, so you can't post those. And then I would say try to keep head movements from going like this. People don't want to see this footage with your Meta glasses. They're like, yeah, it looks like terrible day at a DJ if I'm just floating around, right? So just think through that. As I go into the events, for example, this last Saturday, I had the 2.5-hour dance set that I put up on YouTube. But I also, out of that, so I did spend time watching that back. I do watch almost all of my shows back. I equate it to like football, right? Those professional football players or whatever sports players, they are absolutely watching footage. They are in film room. They are doing all of those things. I'm not saying I'm to that level, but I definitely like get better when I watch stuff and see what works and what doesn't. And what I did during the event, I usually try to make a note of like something that happens if like there was a dance circle or the bride and the groom brought out a shot ski. And I was like, oh, that's fun. And did a shot. I'm like, cool, what time is it? So I try to write down some time. So when I go back to edit later, because it could be a week before I get to it, I try to get to it quicker. But I try to write down some timestamps so I know, or at least the song of what happened, like this song, because then I can go back and I'm always track listing my stuff so I can go back and know where at in the video exactly that song is. But I didn't do any of that this last wedding. I was just focused on just delivering the experience. And so I think on Sunday I put it on and sat back and I watched it and had some beers. And then I sat there with my notepad and I was like, oh, that was a sick transition. Or, oh, wow, I forgot that even happened. Like the bride was up on a chair at one point during a song and she was up and down they were throwing her up and down. I was like, that's cool, right? So like those things I saw watching it back and I just made a note, this song, this moment went through the whole 2.5 hour set. And I had 22 reels from that, 22 that I've edited. And now I've already put them in Opus and I'm scheduled them out. And so now we're out to like October 21st. So if I died tomorrow, you guys would see DJ Nick until October 21st, because you can see I have 4 posts every single day. Tomorrow's October 8th. And you can see all of these reels from that wedding are all scheduled to go out, roughly the same time that my Instagram data says my most active people are watching my stuff, right? Which is usually between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. So I try to schedule them in that time.
I like seeing that you're using the Opus scheduler. I use Opus and I don't use the schedule part. I don't use their AI writer and stuff, but I do use it for one of the channels I manage to chop long form videos down. Has it been, and for those of you that don't know, this is Opus Clip. It's been around for a while. I would say it's best. Oh, here, you still have your screen up. Yeah, cool. So one of the things that Opus is really great at is if you have content like this, for example, this podcast that we're sharing, there's people talking. Opus is really good at finding clips of people talking and cutting out sections. But I am curious, Nick, how has your mileage been with music and your sets?
Great question. I love that question. To your point, we did an interview for the AI Wedding Accelerator. Dom sent me the video. I threw it in and it created viral clips, like 20 of them. I've used a couple of these, but here you go, right? This was an hour interview or whatever, and it did an amazing job at cutting up and telling the story and doing AI. It's horrible for DJs in terms of transitions and recognizing AI. It's not good because it listens to the lyrics of the song and it thinks that's what the context of the video is. So it's like, what are we even talking about? We're talking about someone's dog dying and passing away because the song was like a country. It's like, this isn't even the video and it doesn't understand when you're transitioning and what happens. So I have found it's not good in that regard. But what I've found it super useful for is, to your point, editing those 2-hour videos or 2.5 hour videos. I go back in and find that specific spot that I wanted that clip. And then I take the full clip, right? So it's the 2.5 hours and I can actually just open it up quickly. I think I can actually show you this Thompson. Yeah, this is it. So this is the clip. This is the whole wedding from every song. And what I do, this is the process. I take the whole thing and I got this clip for this song. I open it up. I go in here. I go exactly to roughly the start and end of the clip, right?
Yep.
Do that. Find my start and end. I hit done. Save it as a new clip. Whatever. Reel to edit. And then I'll take that and I'll upload it right into Opus. Okay. So let's say now that clip we just clipped up is in Opus. Keep in mind, it's going to be your widescreen, right? It's going to be your widescreen. And I don't want the widescreen. I want to go vertical. So I'm going to go vertical. I also sometimes don't love this cropped this cropped look, right? Like, so
Yeah.
this here, maybe I don't like that look. Nice thing about Opus, it gives you multiple looks. So let's say I want to capture screen share, this gameplay one I use a lot. So gameplay, it breaks it into two. You can take the bottom clip and you can actually position exactly what you want to show for that bottom portion. And then up here, what I've been doing lately is like, if I do a fun transition and I want to prove to other DJs, y'all, that I
Really did it live.
zoom in on this Serato for you guys. I'm gonna apply that. Now it looks terrible here because it's in low quality, but it'll look great when I process this out.
Right,
so then when you play it back, you can watch me transition. You can keep focus on what you want, and you can even break it into two. Cool. You can break it into three. You can do four. So if you had like you over here with a guest coming up to your booth, you could like profile them walking up to you. I have a ton of those videos. I love the editing on Opus. I think it's this. There's probably other software platforms that do this kind of multiple style clipping. But for me, Opus has been the quickest, easiest way because I can drop the whole clip in and I can set it all to the same look. And then I can go through at different moments and pick my different looks, if that makes sense. And then the titling, I always put my titling on here in here. So you can see it's just as a transition between the two. And then I got another title that comes in about bringing the song in and then keeping the vocals still alive using stems, ultimately transition complete. And then everyone's in a full circle, right? So this makes it very easy. It will also caption stuff very well. So if I go back to the video that was recently, this one, Groom, thank you.
No, this was a great video.
I love
this one.
Oh, wait, that's one I haven't edited. I have another one from him mid-set. This one here.
Oh, yep. There we go. That's one I was thinking of.
I go in here and click edit and play. It'll load. You can see, so it did an amazing job on the transcript. I think it maybe missed like 1 or 2 words, but you can actually go in here, click on the word and click edit and change it, right? So if it misses up something or whatever, it will do that. And it looks like they're currently experiencing some issues with that. But
they're saying Nick Nystrom's using our system again. We got it. Yeah. No, this is a great video. Yeah, and it turned out awesome. I really love to see your system with Opus because again, I use Opus every week. I use it. I've been using it for a long time. I've actually talked to their development team a little bit, like in their Discord and all that. But it's really cool seeing you use it in this way because I know it's definitely more for like the talking head sort of thing or splitting up that.
Yeah.
And like for people like me who, I mean, I have a degree in film, right? So I've been editing video in professional video editing systems for 20 plus years. so for me, learning Opus was hard because I had to bring it down.
I was going to ask you, probably in Premiere Pro, like understanding shortcuts.
It was, yeah. I mean, it was. I learned in a system called Avid, and anyone who knows what Avid is way too nerdy. Because that predated like a lot of the other things. But and now I use DaVinci Resolve. But there's also a couple really good web-based editing tools out there. So for those of you in the chat, I know there were a couple that were asking about how did he edit or what did he do? Like there's I mean, you were just using the Mac OS viewer, right? In QuickTime Viewer.
Oh, I use that all the time for any clipping of any video outside 360. You got to use their software. But for any like this style, just use this because you can open it up and like it, instantly go to what you need and hit save new clip, right? And then go to the next one, save new clip, save new clip. So I went through like all of those 20 different ones I had and I edited them here first and got them into the wide form like length, right? And then I had a stack of 20, put them all into Opus. And then over the course of like a week, I went into Opus and just like would take one at a time and edit them, right? All the captions, all of that stuff. I'm just taking the video, thinking through what I do. But I'll tell you the secret, Dom, you'll love this. When I do my captions, I go into my viral events creation thread. This is what I do.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's go to this one I just did. Here's what I said. I need another one from Madison and Christian's wedding. This one just shows the bride's dad, Mark, and the father of the bride in a dance circle to Soul Man, and everyone was cheering him on, and it was just really cool moment to see your dad having such a great time. I did not type that. It's not called Type GPT. It's called Chat GPT. You're supposed to talk to it, right, Dom?
That's right. That's right.
Talk to Chad.
I talk to this thing. I just sit here and go, okay, what was that video? What would I tell someone if they had to watch this video? And I just say, oh yeah, this is what happened, and this is what I want. It shows like whatever. And you can see ChatGPT, it knows me, it knows kind of who my clients are. So it's like, great, wholesome clip, shows family memories, emotional fun, relatable. Title, Father the Bride stole the show, Soul Man moment. Boom, using that. Caption, boom, exactly what I need. All my tags. Again, this took less than a minute to say into my phone, and it spit out what I need for the title, what I need for the description, even gives me on-screen caption ideas, right? Which I use most of the time. I'll use them because I don't always have time to think through, like from a storyteller perspective, right? It's sometimes a lot of work. Like, let's just leverage the tools we have to make it easier. Because again, my quote, I wrote it down. Where's it at? Instagram. Instagram's the stage. It's about connection, not perfection.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, love that.
Do that. So
I came prepared.
That's literally my rinse and repeat, guys, for that. It's download and download, cut up and transfer, edit in Insta or Opus, and then title, overlays, and ChatGPT, and then schedule that baby right through that scheduler within Opus, right? Because it makes my life easy. Now, there's been times I've gotten down to where I'm like out of content, and tomorrow I have nothing. What happens then, right? You asked that. I would typically go back into my phone to some previous weddings from the year, and usually I find something that I haven't looked for before, or I like, oh my gosh, this is a story, this is a moment, right? And then it's like, because I know kind of what works for me, and it's like these kind of moments that show family and friends coming together, and the guest experience, and that. And me being able to insert my personality into that and my brand, and just show how fun it is and how easy it is to work with me. And that is working for me. And that's what's driving my business and my inquiries. And these conversations I'm having now are so much easier now too, because, ChatGPT has a full like walkthrough script for me when I meet with clients, because I've taken the client meetings, right, that I've had on Calendly, and used the AI Gemini feature and loaded the transcript in there and said, I just had a client meeting. Here, update my playbook, right? And it just takes all that data and just puts it in there and refines it more and more. So now it's just like, I have this working document that helps me really get to a place with these clients now that I ask the right questions. I'm personable. I'm connecting with them because I'm not like reading off a script, right? It's just like, it's there if I need the words to kind of, here's what you need to say at this moment, right? It's just been so awesome. And shout out to Dom and the accelerator, because that put me through like a boot camp in like a couple short weeks. Man, I learned, I thought I knew something. It's amazing. So
nice, dude.
This is awesome, dude. And we're throwing a ton of tools and names and stuff out there, but I want to make sure it's like, if you're like, Opus Clip is an absolute, it's very accessible. They do have a free tier, so I do recommend, if you haven't used it before, look into Opus Clip, just play around with it a little bit. There's quite a few people asking ChatGPT or Gemini, what's the difference and stuff. And I know you guys, all four of us will probably have a different answer to that. For me, the reason I use ChatGPT is because I have trained it in a certain way. And this is my little pro tip that, and Nick, maybe I don't know if you've thought about this, but you talk about personality coming through. I've been told I talk like AI because I just, the way I type is, and the way I think, I guess, is very like, just, I've been in customer service for more than 20 years, right? I speak very proper. One of the things I did with ChatGPT is, months ago, I took all of my personality profiles and fed it in the ChatGPT. Like, this is my Enneagram, this is my DISC, this is my Myers-Briggs, this is my Harry Potter house, like all that stuff. And I fed it writing samples, I fed it my resume, like I fed it like all of that. And I was just, this is me, this is how I speak, this is how I think. So now when I'm asking for ideas for content, or asking for how would I write this, it feeds me. It's dangerously close sometimes. I'm still not taking it word for word all the time, and actually most of the time I'm not, right? But the fact that because now that I've fed it the personality profile, and I've even said things like, I don't swear in any of my content. Stop giving me that, because that was, and it was like, understood, won't give, because I'm like, I'm not gonna put that in my content. And that was, I had to tell it once. And it's like, now I don't have to worry about that output anymore.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's, yeah, but whatever you choose, teach it. Yep.
Yeah. Let's go over to some questions. I got a couple of these questions. DJ Pinky, what's up, Pinky? I see you. Does Nick have any ideas or suggestions for how the strategy might need to pivot if you are not primarily a private event DJ and more of an artist? And then I saw another person ask about how can I apply this to nightclubs if I'm primarily doing nightclubs? Nick, you have any thoughts on that?
I do. I think it depends on your what you're doing. The nightclub, for example, just comes to mind. It's like, for me, I'm not in the nightclub business. I'm super interested in what goes on behind the scenes and what is the gear set up there when you get there, and is there CDJs or not, and how does it work with like getting paid at these, like there's a whole world of nightclub like story behind that I don't have any idea, and most people don't, that I think would resonate with them. So I think it goes back to not what you're doing in terms of DJing, we're all DJing, or where. It's what's interesting or unique, or what story could you tell other people about what you do? Because I'm sure you go back to your friends and family and talk about your gigs with them, and or your buddies, like, how was your wedding, or how was your event, how was your nightclub, or how was your artist show, or whatever that may be, right? Because I do a lot of different events besides weddings too. It's about telling the story of that event. And I think that if you put it in perspective of that, it'll help you think about the content that you're trying to generate, right? Because I went through a lot of different iterations of content before I really kind of found, and I still don't know if I found it yet, but I definitely am onto something. And so I'm leaning into that, right? Because it's working. But I would just say, try things, try to tell the story around the experience, not necessarily the act of DJing, if that helps.
Yes.
Yeah, it does. Alexander asked, how do you get past the fear of looking at footage of yourself? Or even question. I would say any thoughts on like just fear of filming yourself, fear of putting yourself out there, right? And being judged by other DJs or whoever.
I had that.
Yep.
I mean, I would say
you did, Travis. You did.
You're not going to do it. If you're not going to do it, someone else is. So at that point, it just decides, do you want to be part of this or not? I mean, at the end of the day, that's where we're at with social media and stuff. I mean, it doesn't have to be polished. I respect the heck out of all the brands that keep everything very up and polished. I love that, right? Like, but that's not me, and that's not what my clients in Iowa are looking for. That they're looking for something authentic. So I don't know, Travis, do you have any insights to that too? I would just say, like, try not to judge yourself. I know that sounds wild. Let other people judge you, and like that, they're gonna judge you regardless. So like, just let them. Don't judge yourself, man.
I'm with you there. I've kind of got to that place a while back where we just got to put it. You just have to put it out there, like you said in your notes. Is don't look for perfection. It's not going to be perfect. We're our worst critics, our harshest critics. So the way we see ourselves, the way I hear my voice, no one else hears that I speak the way I think I speak. You know what I'm saying? So we're our harshest critics, and we're not in the business to, like you said before, impress other DJs. Your clients see something totally different, or your potential clients see something totally different from you than what DJs that's been following DJs for 5 years or what they see. So let's not focus on that. Focus on what you said. Get in your target audience and what they're looking to see, and they're looking for the real.
Yeah, and really, and I think I mentioned this in the chat too. In answer to that, it sounds weird, but desensitize yourself to it by watching yourself a lot, and get used to how goofy you look. Like, this is the best I can say. Get used to how goofy you look. Like, I was a choreographer and dancer for years, hated watching myself, right? But it also taught me the weird things I do with my arms at the weird times, right? It taught me some control over that. I went through Hacker Hotel live stream footage for 12 days or something like that.
Yeah, you did.
Hated every single shot of myself. Like, but that's not what I was focused on. I'm focusing on what's the good shot. I don't care if I'm in it, even if I'm in it and I don't look very flattering. Is it a good shot that captures the moment? If I'm dancing around like crazy behind the turntables and I bump into someone and it was an awkward moment, but it turned into something great, it might not make me look good, but it makes the moment feel real because it was a real moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Well said. Slicky asked, how do you handle oversharing from one event?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm going to be on that, I think, because I have like 22 reels from this wedding that I'm going to be putting out. Great question. I will say I'm going to do another event this weekend. I'll probably get a few more clips. I might do a live stream. I might get a clip from there. I might even shoot a random piece of content. What I'll do is once I get a few more pieces of content in that are different than the wedding that's scheduled, I'll just move some out in my schedule and fold some in. So I at least have variation between the stuff. But you can't always do that. I think it's going to reward consistency over multiple reels on the same event. Because at the end of the day, if it's a good event and you feel like it's good content, then I would say it's worthy to post, right?
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to see every reel. So they might just see the one, and you might have 9 from that wedding, but they might just see the one, and that one's the one that makes them reach out to you, right?
True. Good advice.
And does Opus work with 360 camera footage?
You can put the 360 footage in there, and then you can put overlays on it, but you can't manipulate the 360 footage in Opus. Yeah.
You have to edit it in their software first.
Yep. Just get it the way you want, get the look you want, drop it in Opus, put the titles on it. That's about all you need to do. Super easy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And Opus is working on better AI tools as well, because that's what they use, right? They use AI to cut stuff out. But the last I talked with their product team, they said one of the things they would like to do is try to capture more moments based on like movements and stuff. So it's like, I know that they're thinking about it. They haven't quite cracked it yet, but they are thinking about it.
Exciting if they could do something with transitions.
This is all,
yes,
all very exciting.
Their transitions are rough right now. It's the thing about Opus is there's always a jump cut between everything. So it's just, you don't have any really a whole lot of transition options either. And even so, like if you're trying to pull out like a DJ, like you did a really cool transition here, and then you want to like wipe into something else, you don't have a lot of options in Opus. But the great thing about Opus is that jump cut also fits everything on social media right now. So it's okay. You can do the jump cuts, which drives me insane from my video editor brain, but I've gotten used to them.
So Nick, I think we did pretty good with the questions. So thanks for doing that.
Yeah.
To wrap this up, let's talk music. We didn't talk music yet.
This is a music broadcast.
Bangers that are working for Nick Nystrom right now.
Ooh. That's right. You want to share my screen? We can reveal them starting with number 10 to number 1.
Go.
Okay. Yes. I will say that this is based on the Iowa market and my weddings. So might not work for your weddings. You might disagree, whatever. But like this is from this summer.
Different.
This is me. This is what I feel that the top 10 songs are. And I can let you know where I got them as well. Just so you can source them. So without further ado, top 10 wedding songs, summer 2025. Oh, we got the first one. Stephanie.
Oh, I agree.
And it's a clean version. I had trouble finding clean versions for weddings. So
wait, say it again. The diverse clean edit. What is it?
Yes, I was having trouble finding a clean edit of this at weddings to play. And so DJ Diverse is a good friend of mine, and he has a Patreon account, and that's where I picked up that edit. I've been playing that one out, and it's fantastic.
Shout out to Diverse.
I dropped this at a couple weddings, and it popped off once. It didn't do great the next time, but it was still fun because I love that song, and I love that.
It's a little selfish play for me on that.
It's a little
same thing with the next one. The next one also a diverse because it's clean. I need the clean edits for the wedding crowd, so. No Broke Boys. The Disco Lines edit is hitting for me at weddings.
Smart.
All right, we'll keep it rolling. This one's new, very relevant. I just picked it up from DMS this week, and I played it on Saturday 3 different times. I had 2 events Saturday. I played it early, then later again by request, and then later at the club section of the event. It hit. It's 132 beats a minute, and I'm waiting for the remix. So please, somebody, Scooter,
We're coming.
somebody.
I like your reveal system, by the way. I like.
Thank you. Very professional.
This is very, very technical too. I'm like,
this one.
what
Vanilla.
software is this? This is amazing.
Bernie Clauston production here.
This one is number 6, right? Nelly, Dua Lipa, Hot in Here, Break My Heart, Even Steve edit. I believe I got it from DMS. It's fire. It is dirty, but I've played it at weddings. I don't think people catch it.
No one.
Fire song. I really like this version of Hot in Here.
Good one.
This one, DJ Scooter, shout out. This is a DMS edit as well. Cruel Summer, Dancing Queen. It's your Taylor Swift. It starts with ABBA, Dancing Queen, for the first verse. And then as the second verse would come on for Dancing Queen, it's just Taylor singing Cruel Summer the whole rest of the way out. It's so good. Gets the older folks on there because they know Dancing Queen, gets the younger folks singing. Flawless edit. Love it. This one's a little hard for weddings. I've played it a few times at weddings. People were like, yo, that was interesting. But on a Rager wedding, I've had a couple this summer. This thing goes absolutely crazy. It just comes in, Call Me Maybe, into that Sandstorm Darude backing, and it can go super hard. Love it. I got
hard here in South Carolina. I like it.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say I got an edit to make from that wedding last weekend. I still have to edit, but I used the Ape Lab strobe effect on all of my lights that I had out, and it like literally at one point I was like, I hope nobody has epileptic seizures because it's triggering it. It was like the whole room was just like this. And I was like, I got to clip that up and send it to Ape Lab. So that one is amazing. Love this edit. Little hard maybe for a wedding, but I like it. Share this Zillionaire remix DMS.
Zillionaire.
Oh my gosh.
Zillionaire is the man, dude.
Dude, drop this baby. 136 BPM. Bro, people.
Any of the songs you're so tired of playing, just search Zillionaire with them and you'll find something.
Yes,
right.
Like Wannabe by Spice Girls. I stopped playing it because I can't stand it. And then I found the Zillionaire remix and that pops off.
We don't have that one yet. I'm going to get that
130
one.
beats per minute. Really good.
Clean.
Yeah.
Dom, you know you drop that rap every time it comes on though.
Hell yeah.
This one has been hitting for about a year for me. This is my favorite edit. I played this one at Nashville Hacker Hotel on the rooftop. I played this song because it's one of my favorite edits. 5 hours. It's on DMS. It's great. And the drop is just such a clean beat. It almost reminds me of a Zillionaire-esque mix because it's just clean. It's a dance, but very, very good. If you don't have that one, cop it off DMS. And of course, I had to hit you with that. Golden.
Yes.
Come on. If you're not playing this, get with the program.
I've never even heard of this. What is this K-pop demon?
K-pop
Demon
Demon
hearing about?
From K-pop
Loving
Demon
it.
Hunters. My reel that dropped today on my Instagram is from the wedding on Saturday that I played this, and it went insane. Insane.
You know
The
it when
video.
you hear it, Dom. When you hear it, you'll be like, oh, yeah, I know that. I know what that is.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
And this edit is great because it's got a little bit of Black Eyed Peas, like nostalgic call outs in it, but it still keeps the golden beat. And it doesn't have that lull in the middle that the original Golden song has. It's just like a straight. It's awesome. Big fan of that one. And I think, is this the number one song?
That's your
I think
number
we're
one
here.
song.
It might be there.
Hey. Oh yeah.
Specifically, even Steve's remix of that. Shout out to his Patreon. I don't believe you can get him on Patreon anymore, though. So you might have to reach out to even Steve directly or hit up your friends. But this one is awesome. I've played a lot of different versions of this summer. Scooter's got a nice dark remix one that I throw in sometimes, but it can get a little hard at weddings for me. So this one just keeps it the right level. But just, man, it really crushes. So that is the final
Leave it up
song.
there. Leave it up there. I know they're gonna want to screenshot that. Leave it up there, man.
Up there for the crew.
That's awesome. Iowa rocks. That's a good list.
Yeah, good list, man.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting to see, like, I don't know. Disco Lines was obscure, 2 years ago, and I was enjoying his stuff, and I was like, this guy's going somewhere, and then boom, No Broke Boys, song of the summer, and nobody likes Broke Boys, fortunately or unfortunately.
I see I see DJ Steven Share asks when I'm going to play Bad Bunny.
Yeah, play some Bad Bunny.
Well,
Play some Bad
yeah.
Bunny.
For me to,
I played some this past Saturday. It was interesting. It almost never worked, unfortunately.
I tried some. It didn't work for me really either.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it works
it's
for more
sad.
crowd.
It's sad.
Bad Bunny.
It was on their most plays, and I was like, oh, I'm going to play 1 minute of this and make that.
Right. Yep. Yeah.
Not to say it won't ever work, obviously, but just in this particular situation.
Yes.
Good deal, man. This has
Nick
been great,
Nystrom, thank
DJ
you,
Nick.
dude. If people want some assistance or have some more questions, or maybe you want to do like a coaching call with you, how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, I was just gonna say too. I use the Crate Hackers Crate Miner feature that's in Crate Hackers. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that, but there is a feature in Crate Hackers that you can go in and search and build playlists from Spotify and type in words. So I created a wedding dance floor bangers playlist, 100 tracks, that I am going to put the link. Can I put the link to that in the chat? Since it's
Yeah.
okay, cool. Because it's got a lot of the songs I play. I just think it actually came out with a really, really solid, really solid list. So I'll put that in the chat if y'all want to cop that. And then I would say, I definitely do one-on-one sessions to help edit, brand reviews, all that stuff. I have a Calendly link. If anybody's interested, just hit me up on Instagram. I can shoot you the Calendly link over. You can grab an hour with me. I just helped DJ Squirrel. I'm sure he's in the chat. Shout out DJ Squirrel if you're out there. Yeah, he needed some help editing a 360 video for his bun command center that he got an awesome compliment and a cool video with someone walking up, having coffee, shooting the shit, kicking the tires on the command center. So I helped him edit that one out. And so please, absolutely. I'm on Twitch, DJ Nick Nystrom. I stream quite often on Twitch, so feel free to follow me there and jump in live. I'll be live a lot here in the fall and winter. Shout out to the Iowa DJ Society. Appreciate you guys coming in. I'm DJ Nick Nystrom everywhere on the socials. And thanks to Dom, Travis, Jem.
Yeah.
Yes,
This is fun to like change up the subject here and there. It's good to talk about music. It's also good to talk about how to market your business and blow up Instagram. And you're next year you're going to be at over 100,000 at the current trajectory.
That's wild to think about.
Yes, sir. Festival DJ Nick Nystrom.
You'll be there.
Congrats on your success, dude. And also thank you for being willing to share the secrets, right? And that's what he's doing. There's no other secret sauce. It's just determination, sheer, action, will, and getting it out there, right? Doing the work.
Yeah,
so,
I'm more than happy to help.
Everybody follow Nick Nystrom everywhere and share his stuff, and make sure you tell your DJ friends that weren't watching tonight that they need to follow Nick Nystrom as well.
Damn right. That's right. Cool. I think that's it, boys, right? Did we cover everything? Anything else?
I think that's the show.
I think we did. Yeah, I think
the
we got
show.
it. Oh, this was awesome. I love talking about content creation and all this. Where's that playlist link, Nick? If you want to shoot that to me in the private chat too, we can.
Oh yeah, actually, can I do that? I was just trying to get logged in and all this stuff. Can I just send it to you right here?
Yeah, shoot it in the private chat, and then we can share it on every channel that's watching, so you guys all get it. This was awesome, Nick. Thank you. Appreciate you. And again, it's DJ Nick Nystrom on pretty much everywhere. Okay, here I got the link.
Got it. And we are going to raid DJ Ever of Headliner Music Club here if anybody's interested. So,
heck yeah. Appreciate you, fam. One's in the chat.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you guys next Tuesday. We're going to have Nate Acosta back on, and we'll see you next week.
Peace,
fam.
Happy hack.
Hey DJs, what if I told you that prepping your music crates could be done in half the time? No stress, no chaos, just perfect sets every time. Meet Crate Hackers, the game changer that's going to save you hours every week. Step number 1, Crate Hackers scans your entire music library instantly. Step number 2, pick from thousands of expertly curated crates, automatically sorted by BPM, key, and proven crowd reaction. Step number 3, we fill in any gaps by linking you directly to your favorite record pools. Export to Serato, Rekordbox, Virtual DJ, ready to rock. Let's say a client drops a Spotify playlist. Copy, paste, boom. Our magic sort instantly arranges these tracks into a set-ready crate, perfectly ordered by BPM and key. Export it right back into Spotify. No more late-night headaches. We track trending hits across TikTok, wedding receptions, and festivals in real time, filtering only the dance floor bangers. Plus, Algorithm, our powerful new tool that lets you blend multiple playlists, remove the duplicates, and customize your mixes down to the exact energy and danceability. Event DJs, this one is huge. Crate Hackers syncs directly with DJ Event Planner. All of your client requests instantly becomes perfect, ready to make crates, saving you from endlessly manual matching and typing. Your gigs streamlined, your sanity restored. We also added incredible new tools like our instant song captures and text import for effortlessly converting client requests or CSV files into playable crates. And don't miss our advanced recommendation engine, giving you instant song suggestions in perfect key and tempo. All crates are fully streamable via Spotify, BeatSource, Tidal, SoundCloud, and Apple Music. This is your ultimate backup plan for every gig. Look, we've helped thousands of DJs hack their crates and rock their sets. Now, it's your turn. For less than the cost of a few track downloads, you're getting hours of your life back every single week. $30 a month. No-brainer price. Locked-in guarantee. Try us, risk-free, for 14 days. If you're not blown away, I'll refund you. Don't waste another second. Click below. Join Crate Hackers now. Let's hack.